We just got some huge leaks for the next Spider-Man game. I've managed to get my hands on a pretty substantial amount of information from one of my sources, and there's a lot to unpack. I have stored details involving several main characters who are reportedly going to play a huge role in the next main story mode. I've also managed to get my hands on what appears to be early gameplay footage, giving us a look at what the game could actually look like. It appears that somehow the Lizard will make a return in Spider-Man 3. I don't know how it's going to happen, I don't have that information, but we do have some gameplay of some of his missions. We can clearly see in the gameplay footage that he's under some sort of scorpion venom, imagining things that aren't there, swinging off stuff that doesn't exist, seeing trucks inside pillars, which doesn't happen typically, so it has to be some sort of scorpion venom in his system again. The cars combining, I don't know what this could mean. Maybe Magneto makes an appearance and pushes the metal together. As I said, it's unclear how Scorpion will make his return, but he's making imaginary fences that people are walking through, making Peter, quite frankly, go insane. Probably going to turn on MJ and have to fight her as the final boss, I'm assuming. On to the second leak. A lot of people are always concerned about the movement, the mobility of these games, and I can confirm that the third will have some unique movement capabilities that are unlike anything we've seen in 1 and 2, that I think are really going to change how this game plays. We can see here there's a high mobility option, something they call car surfing. I'm assuming it's some sort of ability that happens when Peter goes to a web lock, probably, because we haven't seen that in one of the games. So I think he's going to run out of web fluid, and the only way to travel is going to have to be hopping on the roofs of cars, obviously. Here we have what seems to be a very early look at the fast travel system, where you call in a truck and the truck will take you to where you need to be. It could or could not be the Spider-Mobile. I can't confirm or deny that yet, but if I do get more information, I will let you guys know. But based off what we're seeing right here, it's pretty obvious. It's red, it's got 4 wheels, Spider-Man's on it, so it's most likely going to be the Spider-Mobile. They just haven't officially named it that in the files yet. Here shows the secondary travel system, very similar to the Spider Wings, but this one is very unique in its own way. It's a bicycle, the Spider Bike to be exact. He's biking around New York. Unclear why. Maybe, as I said, it relates to the web lock. He runs out of webs, and the only way to transport himself and get himself to the scene of crimes is with his spider bike. As we see the bike disappear, it ties back into maybe it is the Scorpion playing tricks on him, so it wasn't really the spider bike, and he's just going crazy, so that's why the bike just appears and disappears out of nowhere. Or alternatively, it is nanotech. That's unclear at the moment, though. And as I teased in the beginning, I do have some general storyline. Carnage will be coming back, as he was teased in the second game halfway through when you finished the fire missions. We know we're going to get Yuri back. She's going to be in the fight against Carnage. MJ is going to be an enemy you have to fight and defeat. Unclear of what that means. And I have stumbled across an actual dialogue of a mission with one of the new characters I will show you right here.
Hey, Spider-Man, it's me, Zoran Mamdani, the New York City mayor. I just fought the Big Wheel, and I took him out. But you gotta do some Spider-Man stuff in New York and stop Carnage. He's getting crazy over there, and that MJ fella, she's attacking civilians and stuff. You gotta put a kibosh to that. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it in New York stuff.
Which is just a crazy dialogue to get, because that confirms some major things that us fans have been predicting, that yes, the mayor of New York will be in the next Spider-Man game and probably play a major role, which is what we were predicting since Spider-Man 1. The other leaks aren't as crazy. We do have a look at the advanced combat system, as they're calling it. You can see, again, no webs are used. It has to be pointing to something, that Peter loses his webs or has a web lock or lost his web cartridges, something along those lines. No other possible explanation. We also got word that they're trying to make it more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at smaller scale, so a lot more of the civilian rescue missions, as I'm going to show right here. A lot less of the big battles, because those are unrealistic, as we have been saying since Spider-Man 1. We've always been saying, all of us fans, there's too much activity and there's too much to do. I want to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to like pick up Grandpa at a park and walk a grandma across the street level stuff, the small potato stuff, obviously. So I think they're really listening to us finally in the third game and making it a lot slower paced and less fun for us true diehard Spider-Man fans. And another thing the fans have been saying that I think they're finally listening to over there at Insomniac, we want more missions in our Spider-Man game that aren't Spider-Man. So I think, based off what I've seen in the leaks, we're going to get more MJ missions, which everyone loves, a newborn baby mission where you have to find milk from a bottle, more Harry Osborn missions. Don't know how that's going to work. We're going to get some bodega owner missions. I think we have to do a couple shifts as the bodega owner. Full 8-hour shifts is what it's looking like. So it's going to single-handedly up the game playtime by at least 16 hours because there's at least 2 8-hour full bodega shifts where you have to run the bodega with you and Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is the cat named Spider-Man, not the actual Spider-Man. He's not in the game for 16 hours at that point. Coming down to the final leaks that we have now, there is supposed to be a rated R scene that you can opt out of in early settings. Unclear of what that is, but the game does contain, as it says, sexual content and prehistoric dinosaurs, which I'm unclear of what that means and why that would be a warning next to the sexual content. But we're going to have to wait for the game to fully come out or later leaks to come out to see what it truly means. My personal opinion, it really solidifies the leaks that we've gotten previously of the multiverse and how Spider-Man 2099 is going to be in there. Because I think it's obviously that it's going to be Dino Spider. There's no other possible explanation of why there would be dinosaurs in Spider-Man. The last leak I have for you is a very fragmented part of a story mission that we're unclear of what it means, but it's weirdly supposed to be a core mission. It's looks to be a triathlon training mission, which I don't know why Peter would be training for triathlon, but it's probably going to play a major point of the plotline. And that wraps up all the leaks that I have for you guys. I will keep you guys updated on any other leaks I acquire. And remember, this is all very early access stuff, so all of this is subject to change and none of this is finalized or real.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever